Hello, people. The VGX's 2013 just happened. VGX is kind of like VGAs, if you didn't know. Kind of like an award show, but this year was 3 hours long. It was kind of like I think it was mostly an internet thing. Yeah.
What does VGX stand for?
I had no clue.
Video Game Expo, probably.
I knew VG stood for video games.
So there was supposed to be lots of awards and lots of game announcements and stuff, and they started off with Tales from the Borderlands. They debuted that, which is made by Telltale, the dudes that make The Wolf Among Us and Walking Dead, and that seems like it could be really cool.
Yeah, because I really like, it's really cool. I really like Borderlands because of the gameplay, and then I really like the Walking Dead Telltale games because it's like basically I think one of the best like sandbox you choose how the story goes games I've ever played, and just putting those two things together, I think that could be really, really cool.
I got here probably a couple minutes after it started.
Yeah.
I don't play Borderlands, so I mean that's it. I just people were talking. I didn't see anything.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that. I love Borderlands, so it's gonna be cool. Then they announced, they confirmed. I mean, it's pretty much been announced, but that Tomb Raider is going to be coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Kind of like a graphic upgrade. Looks pretty damn cool. I want to play it again.
Yeah, I mean, they said they basically reconstructed Lara Croft's head. Better facial animations, better hair movement.
Polygons.
Yeah, more polygons. They emphasize that. They updated everything, and I mean, you get all the DLC and all the stuff that came out for that game. So I mean, I kind of wanted to get some of the DLC for that game, so I'll probably just rebuy the game and then play through the story again. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked cool.
And the first award they gave to was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag won Action Adventure Game of the Year.
I could probably see that. I mean, out of all the games that were on there, I mean, I'd probably almost go with GTA 5 more for action adventure games in a way. But yeah, I mean, Assassin's Creed 4, it looks action packed, so I mean, why not?
I mean, I've never played Assassin's Creed. The most out of anyone here or anyone anywhere, but I still felt there were better games. When they showed the board, it was one of those, moments. I felt there were better games I could have gone to, but maybe I'll play it and may change. I don't think it would change my mind. Going up against, like Keith said, Grand Theft Auto and The Last of Us, and I wasn't feeling it.
It is an action adventure game. It looks good, but I would have put pretty much every game on that category ahead of it. I would have put The Last of Us, GTA 5, and Tomb Raider all ahead of that game. Just personal opinion, of course. Then they showed off Mr. Reggie from Nintendo came on. They showed off Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and the release date for it. I think they said February 21st.
Yeah, something like that.
For the Wii U. And, yeah.
Got new characters.
Cranky Kong,
and then, it's all 3D and shit, so it's like all those Donkey Kong country games that everybody loves. So, yeah. I mean, it looks like it'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a lot of the games it's coming out for the Wii U, right?
Yeah.
So it just looks like, a lot of the games that they're, coming out for the Wii U, maybe Super Mario or something like Zelda, where we're bringing back older games, stuff like that, and, it was what it was. It wasn't groundbreaking. It looked cool. Looked like a fun game to play. I mean, that's about what I can say about it.
It looks great. I mean, if I was a Wii U owner, I would own this game probably. I mean,
yeah.
It's another good game to give people a reason to buy a Wii U. So I mean, it looks fun. NBA 2K14 won Best Sports Game. Damn it! I wish Madden would have won.
Was Madden nominated?
No, it was not. It's
could
probably
see
a
that.
good thing.
Yeah, if you watch my review of it, you'll see. It's not put together the best, but from what I played of 2K14 NBA so far, I would say, yeah. I mean, it's deserving out of all the games. It's deserving.
I know MLB 2014 in this game were on there. Was that I can't remember the other two.
NHL 14.
Yeah, honestly, out of all the games,
FIFA.
if anything, I'd probably play NBA 2K14. I haven't played any of them, but I mean that one just looks the best. They talked about it the most at E3 about the ball physics that they added in. So I mean, it's pretty cool.
I'd like to play FIFA, but I mean
The
so
next
far,
gen version of NBA 2K14 looks phenomenal. So I would give it to that too. The NBA 2K games are just fantastic in my mind. It showed off Quantum Break, the one Xbox One exclusive from Remedy that made Alan Wake. I guess Max Payne. I didn't know that.
Yes.
This game looks very interesting. It does, really does. It's very. I did not know that it's kind of like an action game. Like, you know, there's like shooting and there's weird time moments and the visuals look really good. It looked like it could be a good game.
Yeah, you know what they said. The time stuff's actually powers, so it's like a third-person shooter. You can warp time and move really fast. I guess they're also making a TV series about it too, which is pretty cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, third person, that gets a plus in my book. I like third person games. The whole concept behind it, I'm sure people play games where, you know, your player has the ability for, you know, warping time, maybe slowing down time. I know at least Grand Theft Auto, you know, you slow down while driving with Franklin. But it's cool that they've taken that and put it, like, you know, made a game of itself. It has a lot of potential, I think.
South Park.
Yeah.
Anyone else know the? I didn't get the objective. You know,
I did not either.
It looks like maybe they're trying to replicate like their 2 or 3 Lord of the Rings episodes that they made.
Something like that.
I like the fart ability. That was pretty. I was laughing pretty hard.
I mean, it looked funny, but I was confused as to what you actually do in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? We'll see later.
They did. I don't have the name to here, but they had to have that iOS game that they were showing off. The one that looks like what's it called? I forget what it is. But it's like basically looked like Civilization.
Yeah, like real time strategy for the iPad and stuff. It looked kind of cool.
It looked really good. So I mean, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. Then they handed out the Game of the Year award, which went to Grand Theft Auto 5.
And I almost think it's kind of odd to have that, like,
in the middle.
Not even smack dab in the middle, sort of beginning, middle, not even beginning the show, not end, not like smack dab middle, but just kind of.
Yeah, I expect that to be a lot later.
Yeah.
In the show. I mean, out of all the games that I played, I mean, the games that they nominated, I'd either give it to this or BioShock, maybe, because I haven't played The Last of Us. But I mean, I can see GTA 5 getting it. I mean, I had a lot of fun playing the game. I'm still kind of playing the game here and there every once in a while. So, I mean, it's kept my interest. So, I know. I see it as deserving.
Yeah, I mean, whereas I may not agree, I understand. That's kind of the thing about it. I understand how it gets Game of the Year. I'm not too, you know... I understand compared to Assassin's Creed winning. I kind of thought there were better games, but this one, I mean, I understand it. I have no hard feelings about it. I mean, I thought, you know, other games should, but I mean, it's understandable. It's deserving.
I agree with Sam. I mean, GTA 5 was amazing. I mean, it's but my opinion, the best GTA that they've made, and it was just so big in so many ways. So, I mean, I understand it. I too think other games another game deserved it more. But we'll have our own video on that. Showed off a new trailer for Destiny. Sort of new. There was a lot of stuff in there that's like been shown before. But
yeah, I mean, they didn't really blow my mind as much as they had with other trailers. I kind of almost wish they would have put out a bigger deal with this trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really my only thoughts on it. It was cool, I just wish it would have been bigger.
I wasn't too impressed. I mean, graphically, when you play it, it's probably cool and all that, you know, the typical stuff. But I mean, I like these guys. I saw them watching trailers of it before, and a lot of it I saw it before. So, I mean, I'm not too pumped for it, but I mean, it could be a good title, a good release. But you know, it's just kind of middle of the road about it.
I mean, I'm very meh on this trailer. I'm definitely not meh on this game. This is like my most anticipated game for, the new systems. But it's just like, I kind of wish they would have showed off, like a demo like they did with Donkey Kong. Like, playing through a mission or something. Like they did at E3. Something that was brand new. That would have been fantastic, but whatever. There's a bunch of, like, viral videos that a bunch of big YouTubers made. Smosh, PewDiePie, Rooster Teeth, and these random guys, I don't know who they were. All of them were actually really funny.
Yeah,
I enjoyed them all.
I like those really good. They were like, they were all different. Smosh just did a weird video making fun of the fact that Half-Life 3 hasn't been out, and making fun of the Xbox 12 or whatever they said. PewDiePie did his Dying Light gameplay. He basically just gave them a PewDiePie video that he does on a regular basis, and then Rooster Teeth, did it like a fake awards thing. That was quite humorous, so I enjoyed all that. I thought it was cool.
Yes.
I thought the two guys, I don't know who they were, but they just kind of made fun of the whole industry as a whole. They were probably my favorite. They were really, really funny. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed all those videos. They were pretty good. Then they showed off some thing, Donkey Kong, highest scores in the world.
Yeah, some culture thing about a competition playing the original Donkey Kong game. I mean, that I could have lived without that. Really, that was just kind of like a filler.
It was like a short film, whatever it is. I mean, it's like something you may see on ESPN, like they did a story about it or something. But I mean, at least I know who has the highest scoring Donkey Kong in the world now. Who has the third highest score?
Some Asian dentist.
What about the second?
I don't know.
That guy?
But Brains apparently beats Muscle.
Yeah, the guy was like bodybuilder.
He was like Russian or something.
Yeah, he was Donkey Kong.
Why was he in a hurry? He was Russian.
Broken Age.
That's stupid.
Tim Schafer's new game has Elijah Wood. I don't know. They went on so long about this game.
Yeah, this might have been actually the other like brand new game that they were talking about. It was like, oh, we're gonna drop this big bomb. I don't know. It did not hold my interest. By what I heard, it looked like it's like a game to maybe to introduce people who aren't hardcore gamers into like these really deep, choice-based games. But it's not. I don't know.
It looked kind of like a kids game, sort of. If I'm thinking of the right one.
That one.
But yeah, like these dudes said, it kind of went on a little bit too much, and not to say they don't get their shot, because they came on, they talked about their game, that's cool, they did their thing, whatever. But I just wasn't too interested. It wasn't like one of the biggest titles, I guess. It didn't, I felt that the time could have been a little better spent on the 8 awards that they didn't show.
Yeah.
This game really isn't for me, so I don't have too much to say. It just felt like it drug on forever.
The Division.
Fuck.
Yeah, they showed that off. They showed off the game engine, which is really all they did, but it looked cool. Like some of the things they showed off was putting, shooting bullet holes, shooting a sign, and then like the bullet holes through the sign showing off individual streams of light, and just how interactive the environment really was. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, day, night, weather, light, that rhyme, but just the engine of the game, showing the schematics and whatnot.
This game looks so good, and I'm so excited for this game.
And even like the couple seconds they showed of the third person, like the actual guy that you're playing as, like the movement looked kind of cool. I mean, I wanted to see a little more of that, but it looked.
Plus, this game is an MMO, which is just gonna
be awesome,
mind blowing. Then Telltale announced another project they're doing of Game of Thrones, which would be good.
Game of Thrones. I've seen a couple of the episodes. I've watched a bit of season 1. I don't have HBO, so I can't watch it. But if it's anything like The Walking Dead, like I kind of said with the Tales from the Borderlands, it's this could be really good. I mean, hell, they're working on those 2 games. They're working on the Walking Dead season 2. I mean, these guys are just doing everything right off the bat. It's all episodic, so that's gonna be really cool. So
Yeah, it has the potential. Like what I was thinking when it was on there was this could be cool, and it has the potential. I think, and they didn't show in gameplay or anything like that, but I just thought this is a cool game opportunity here. Could be neat.
So after that, they showed off an indie game. There's No Man's Sky, which at first I was like, indie game. I kind of don't care. And then they showed off the visuals of this indie game, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, this game looks like it could be pretty cool. I'm usually not really interested in indie games, but this could be pretty neat.
Like space travel, and I look pretty badass.
Like I am highly anticipating this game. Now it starts off as the guy's in the water, and you see fish swimming around. Look awesome. Then he comes on land, and it looks awesome. You see trees and everything, and then you look up and you see flying spaceships, and it looks awesome. And then he goes into space, and so many platforms, elements that you could play in, and there's space battles and shooting a hole through a meteor, asteroid, whatever. It looks pretty dang awesome. I was very excited after I saw that. Yeah, very anticipating that. Very anticipating that. Yeah, but
yes. Then they showed off a new gameplay demo of Dying Light. This game looks so good. It really, really does. It's by the dudes that made Dead Island, and I don't know. It's kind of Dead Rising-ish, but more serious. It's first person, and the visuals are amazing. And some of the moves that they did, like pulling the gas thing off of this one zombie, and he just blows up, and the whole day-night cycle, it's just, I want this game so bad.
I like, with their presentation, how they kind of did like the double whammy of showing it off, which was they showed like live, a playthrough, and then they had PewDiePie do a playthrough of it, which he sent in, which I thought was really cool, but then they showed off all the little things that you can do, like, when you hit somebody, you can see what bones you break, and I just thought that was kind of cool. And like Tyler said, all the moves and all the parkouring and navigating the map, it was really cool. I thought all of it.
It looks cool. I'll say that it definitely looks cool, but I mean, after I wasn't very impressed with Dead Island, so I don't know how I feel about this game. It looks very cool though, but. I mean, some zombie games is just kind of, by now, they're kind of So, I mean, if it does a good job, and what it looks like with Keith, saying the little things and how there's, 4 different ways to get on top of a building, where, some games you go through the stairs, whatever, and this is just so freestyle everything, and you can just run past these groups of zombies, and, there may be another video of us talking about it more, but, it looked like it could be cool, I think, and that's kind of been my feeling about a lot of this stuff. But I think it could be cool. I mean, I don't know how after playing it for a while, but if it can last. But it looks cool with the little things that are in it.
This game's motto should just be YOLO, because this is pretty much his YOLO the whole time.
YOLO.
Thief. They showed off the story. Thief looks great.
Thief does look great. I like, I didn't know what kind of story. Now I guess what they were gonna do, and I guess they're adding a religious element to it. But it looks very Dishonored-y, at least off the basis of what I saw. But then, I mean, who knows? It could be completely different. I like Dishonored. I didn't get to play it too much. I had a lot going on at the time, so I want to pick it up again and play it. But I mean, I've been waiting for Thief since when they announced it this time last year. I've been like, please come out soon. And now, I guess now it's finally coming out early next year, so I'm happy.
Yeah, definitely one of the more interesting games I saw from the previews of games coming out, the reveals,
world premieres.
Yeah, that's what they're called. I thought it looked fairly interesting, and it does seem to have this element of darkness to it, and it's called Thief, so stealing, stuff like that. But it has this. At least the imagery of it looked pretty enticing.
After that, they gave BioShock Infinite the award for best shooter.
Deserving.
Yes, I personally agree with that. I think all the other games are just subpar in terms of shooting, I thought, compared to that. And I just, Bioshock all the way. It's probably the most inventive shooter that came out this year.
I'm just glad Call of Duty Battlefield didn't win.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, I'm glad Call of Duty didn't win. It was a toss-up between the other two. I didn't care all that much. It's just as long as Call of Duty is, I don't know, nothing against Call of Duty. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
It showed off a new trailer and gameplay of The Witcher 3. Probably out of everything that they showed in this show, this was my favorite. This game looks so good, and the graphics are just mind-blowing. I feel for
They're
this.
so good.
And like the in-game gameplay just looks great. This is going to be a great game. So.
Yeah, I've really, really hoping this game doesn't take that long to come. I hope it's almost done because this game looks amazing. I mean, everything they showed off was really cool. They showed off a little bit more of the story and all kinds of other things. I thought just like the detail and like the armor of like the enemy guys, I thought that was really cool. So like I hope this comes out really soon.
Yeah, second to No Man's Sky. I think this is a very interesting looking game. Definitely shows off next generation stuff. Well, kind of tied with Division, but it definitely shows off the next generation sort of look and everything, and a good way to kick off the next generation. Looks like a very interesting game. Kind of, I don't know, has this sort of Skyrim-ish feel to start with, at least from looking at it a little bit to me. But yeah, definitely one of the better games shown. It should be very interesting.
Naughty Dog won Studio of the Year.
Yes, that's all I'm gonna say.
Deserving.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to say anything else about it, but
Yeah. Then the last game that they ended up showing off was kind of 2 trailers of Titanfall, of the new Titans that are in the game that you can get, the Ogre and the Strider. Yeah. Looks cool. This game is growing on me. Still not as excited for it as a lot of people are, but it is looking better every time that I see it. So, they look cool.
this game, again, I felt the same way when it was like, I was like, Titanfall, I really don't care. And then just over time, it's actually, I think, become up there with Destiny as like one of my most anticipated games for next gen. I think like just everything about it. There's, you know, that it's like, oh, it'll play a little bit familiar, you know, with Call of Duty. You don't have to learn like new controls. But then there's different things about it. You know, this was the first time they showed off like a lot of the mech combat. You know, before it was they showed off a little bit of the mechs, but then like it was mostly, you know, the player movement. Now they showed off what mechs can do and their specifications, and then, you know, all the, it's got the free running, which is really cool. I mean, this is one of my most, if not my most anticipated game of the coming year and generation.
Definitely one of the more advanced looking games. Very interesting. A lot of what Keith said, just copy and paste. But again, as I've said a lot, it looks good. I mean, it's up there. Maybe third, fourth place for me out of the games that they showed for years.
Then they had like 25 minutes of people, mostly rappers, performing music from the Grand Theft Auto 5 soundtrack, which Grand Theft Auto 5 won Soundtrack of the Year for some reason. Personal opinion, of course. But I just, this just kind of killed the whole show in my mind, in my personal opinion, because I watched this for games, not to hear a bunch of people rap. And it's not that you know, that I just don't like rap music. This time could have been used to show off more games, reveal more games.
Yeah, I feel almost exactly the same way. I just wasn't paying attention. Like it just killed it for me. And then they showed the second part of the Titanfall thing, which I did care about, and then they showed even more, like playing the main song that they had in all the trailers, and I was just like, And I don't think GTA should have, personally should have won Soundtrack of the Year. It was just other people's songs. There was a couple original songs, but I mean, it was all other people's crap, and I'm just like, no, I don't agree with this. But then, I mean, well, what are you gonna do?
There are a couple rappers that I didn't know. Tyler the Creator came on. I wish he would have played a different song.
Played a song he had on the soundtrack, probably.
Yeah, but I don't know. Tyler the Creator's alright. And then some band that wasn't even rap. I don't know. It was like kind of like Coldplay but gayer. Came on, and I don't know. I didn't care at all about the last band. The singer could not sing at all. It felt like he had no range, but I don't know. The highlight of all that was Tyler the Creator could have played a better song, or a song that I guess I liked more.
If you didn't watch this part,
It's okay.
basically there was the guy Sam was talking about at the very end, the Coldplay, like there's Tyler Creator, and then a bunch of other
It was the game,
like
who dropped the N-bomb a lot.
people, just saying the N-word and motherfucker a lot.
Yeah,
That's basically what it was.
And as I said earlier, 8 awards.
Yeah, it's
We're not
ridiculous.
I mean, I managed to find 5 that they've announced online, not counting the soundtrack, but yeah. Injustice: Gods Among Us won Fighting Game of the Year over. I'm not even sure what other fighting games do. I know if Street Fighter came out this year.
Probably Ultra Super Mega Street Fighter 4.
2014 edition.
Because they just keep going with this game.
Yeah.
There's another one coming out too next year.
Yeah, another expansion to that same game.
RPG of the year went to Ni no Kuni.
What?
Should have been Pokemon X and Y.
I forget.
Not favoritism, but most advanced Pokemon game graphically. It could have been a lot better, but I still think it's better than any of the other games I've ever played. Especially Pokemon being,
I forget
what it
the
is.
nominees. But I don't know. I know a lot of people like Ni no Kuni. It's just not for me. It's a JRPG that just isn't my thing.
Driving, Forza 5.
I think that's deserved.
Nah, yeah, Forza's an awesome driving series. I mean, the only other ones that came out this year was Need for Speed, but that was like literally
And
a couple days ago.
Gran Turismo 6.
Forgot about Gran Turismo.
But
Apparently that was...
Forza seems a little bit better.
Yeah.
Haven't played it.
Haven't played it. And then, Troy Baker won Best Voice Actor.
Even though he had 2 out of the 4 nominees.
So, I mean, he could have won for playing Booker DeWitt in Bioshock, or for playing Joel from The Last of Us. I don't know. The website just said his name. It didn't say from where. And then, crap, what's her name?
Ashley Johnson played Ellie in The Last of Us.
She won Best Voice Actress.
Deserving.
That's deserving.
That's very deserving. I think some of the other nominees was
Elizabeth
with another
Lara
one
Croft.
that Lara Croft could have won. But I mean, they all could have won. But definitely she kind of deserved it. And that was all that's shown up. I think there's probably other awards that they'll announce at some point throughout the night.
Like I said, 8 awards that they didn't even have, like Best DLC, Best PlayStation 3 game, PC game,
Nintendo game.
Yeah, Nintendo game, handheld game. Well, I think it's Nintendo Wii and then handheld game. And hold on, if you will, while these guys are closing out the video. Maybe I'll check to see if any of them have been
Really
announced.
quick, best game that they showed off tonight that you like the most.
Best handheld game is actually The Legend of Zelda: A Link
Nice.
Between Worlds.
That's very deserving.
Most anticipated game is Titanfall. Best PlayStation 3 game, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
No DLC, no Wii U, no PC, no casual game, no best song in game.
Okay.
So I don't know. But what best most anticipated game?
The best game
The best game of the show that they showed off.
I think The Division. I think just what they showed off of what they kind of just in like what that game is capable of. I think is just good enough of why that takes it in my book.
The Witcher 3, in my opinion, just everything. So good.
No Man's Sky, because it looks very explorative and just pretty gnarly. So,
I was gonna say overall opinion of just the entire
yeah, that's kind of
showcase.
I feel like my expectations were right here, and the entire show fell about right here. Yeah, I was expecting this huge game announcement like there has been in the past. You know, The Last of Us has been announced at the VGAs, Uncharted 3, Skyrim, Fallout 3. You know, huge fucking games, Metal Gear Solid 5, that have been announced at the VGAs, and it really wasn't there. There was like a couple indie games and 2 Telltale games. I mean, these games, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they shouldn't have been announced at all. I just feel like there's something missing. The show does not feel complete. And I could have done without all the Grand Theft Auto 5 soundtrack crap.
Yeah, it was everything Tyler said. I agree with. I liked what's the one guy's name who was on the soup?
Joe McHale.
Joe McHale.
Yes.
I like this. Fun.
He was cool.
He needs to be back next year.
And the viral videos I did enjoy as well. They were really cool.
But like the Donkey Kong Culture one and the GTA 5 soundtrack, there could have been other games they could have announced or gone in depth because they talked for a long time about some games. And I feel like they could have talked longer about Destiny. I feel like they could have talked longer, maybe about some of the Telltale games because I was actually kind of really like stoked for those. But you know, instead they spent 5 minutes on the game and then they spent 10 minutes talking, and I'm like, I want more, but they didn't get more.
Yeah.
I think, put together wise, it was the worst award show you could call it since the Revolver Golden Gods Awards. If anyone watched that was complete crap. I felt like Jeff, whatever, yeah, and Joel McHale had little to no chemistry going back and forth, and they just kind of talked over each other. That was, with no breaks over, 3 hours. That's kind of cool. No commercials, but I felt there was, like, not the chemistry there. The games and stuff that were announced, I kind of agree with Tyler. There was no big title, I feel, which was kind of missing. I mean, yeah, there were some good games, but there wasn't something that was, you know, that absolutely peaked above the rest. There were some good titles, though. I think No Man's Sky definitely looked cool. Tom Clancy game. But I felt with the gameplay, at least with the Division, it should have been, you know, more. Instead of just showing off the certain aspects, the schematics of it, what it looks like and stuff like that. You know, some gameplay, a little bit more with it. I felt there wasn't a lot of meat on the bones. What they did show was kind of like, hey, look what we did for the next generation of consoles. I mean, look at these graphics. I mean, people know that the graphics are going to be, you know, up there now. That's kind of what people are expecting. We want to see what the game is going to be like more so. And I mean, Tomb Raider being remade or whatever for the new game, the new generation is. I mean, that's kind of cool. That wasn't a huge announcement. Titanfall looked cool. There was just nothing that peaked, and I felt the show not even when the show was finished, there were 8 awards that I didn't even know who won what. They couldn't fit those in the show at all. I think between the bad chemistry, the going on a little long with certain things, it was okay. That's the best I can say about the show itself. The games they showed off was cool. Skits and stuff between the gamers, that was funny. It was interesting. Joel McHale was kind of funny at some parts. But, I mean, overall, I just felt like it could have been, you know, produced a lot better. You know, time-wise, to say the least, and chemistry, and just a few things that, you know, just, it felt kind of, you know, it felt like it was going kind of awkwardly at some times, and, yeah.
I mean, it's cool that they expanded it to 3 hours now.
Yeah.
But there should just be, it does not feel finished at all.
They ended it on that crappy band.
I know.
And there was one part, at least what I'm saying about time management, you know, Tyler the Creator and a couple other Odd Future dudes, like Jasper and Taco or whatever, they're out there just, they were like, oh, back to you, Joel. Oh, wait, not yet. We're still going to be talking. The time management wasn't there, like, they just stood around kind of talking because, I guess they were killing time. I mean, come on. I mean, no breaks. That's, you have to live up to that. And I feel like, put together, I mean, they just did okay.
Yeah, it was alright.
It was okay. Some of the games look cool, but the show was okay.
Let us know your thoughts if you watched it. This very long video. Bye.